Hey guys, it's Huey, and I got Axol and Melony. I hope you haven't forgotten about us. Anyway, so Luke asked me to be in charge of this reaction. So, okay, next battle we have is Zoro from One Piece's Erza from Fairy Tail. Two of my favorite animes. Okay. Oh, I don't really know why I ended up being here. Yeah. Well, can we get started? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So,
Hey, why are you trying to play? Yeah.
no, he's not here, unfortunately.
Past, present, or future,
He's
one kind of fighter has
kind
stood
of
the test
busy
of
at
time.
the moment.
The swordsman.
And today's
Okay.
combatants are two of the most skilled warriors to ever wield a blade.
Roranoa Zoro, the feared swordsman of the Straw Hat Pirates.
And Erza Scarlet, the battle
I
mage
hope
of the
we
Fairy
don't get
Tail Guild.
copyrighted.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
I don't know.
And it's our job to analyze their
I
weapons,
remember Luke
armor, and
figured out a
skills
way
to
around
find out
that.
who would win
Fearless
a
Galaxia.
death battle.
He just recorded the battle, that's it, because stuff had the full battle uploaded, and that was on it. Okay, this is, which anime do you prefer the most?
He showed up.
My favorite is
everyone,
actually
and
Naruto.
then just sort of stuck around.
But I have too many favorites, but Naruto's like the number one favorite.
That's what he said.
Never quite managed to beat his sensei's daughter, Kuina. They dueled a lot, and Kuina won every single matchup. All 2,001 of them.
Damn, you think you would have gotten at
Who
least
does?
one in?
That's
Despite the
crazy.
constant defeat,
How do you
Kuina
always
and
see
Zoro
those
were very
ones?
close friends. Together, they promised that someday one of them would become the world's best swordsman.
And
Yeah.
then she fell down some stairs and died. Which just seems like an unacceptable way for a master
Really?
swordsman to bite the dust.
What the?
Does thin out the competition for world's best swordsman, though.
True. I mean, that's how I became the world's best shotgun woodcarver.
After
That
Kuina's death,
doesn't
Zoro
exist.
inherited
No.
her sword
No,
and
it
used it
does
to hone
not.
his skills even
Awful
further.
sense of direction.
Eventually leaving
Wow,
Kyoto in search
not
of the current title
man.
holder of world's greatest swordsman, Dracul Mihawk.
But he immediately got himself
Should've done
lost.
him.
With nothing better to do, he became a bounty hunter and wandered around the ocean until he ran into a weird, stretchy pirate kid.
You mean
Luffy!
Monkey D. Luffy, who brought Zoro onto his crew of Straw Hat
Yes,
Pirates.
Luffy. I've heard of him,
Actually worked
actually.
out pretty well since
Yeah.
Luffy was already looking to hire him anyway. Turns out Zoro has quite a reputation.
At this point, he was already a master swordsman, and after finding and training under Mihawk, his swordsmanship became legendary.
He created his own fighting style, Santoryu, also called three-sword style, because he
Three-sword
uses three swords, one in each hand and one in his freaking mouth.
That
There's
doesn't seem
no
very
way
safe.
I could
Oh,
do
shut
that.
up, Wiz. Badasses
Honestly,
don't care
I
about
don't know.
safety.
That would.
Regardless, with the three-sword
But maybe
style,
you could
Zoro
just
can perform
draw
several
him.
unique attacks,
Yeah,
including
I still got
Ikumi
Inkweaver.
Yuri, where he strikes with all three blades at once.
Or the Tatsumaki, where he makes a tornado dragon.
By swinging his swords a certain
Tornado
way, he can fire
dragon,
compressed air projectiles toward an opponent, like with his deadliest technique,
Onigiri.
the 1080-pound cannon.
Is that the name
And
of a
last but not least, he
VTuber?
knows the Kyotoryu 9-sword
Oh,
style.
that-
Wait, did he have 4 more
Yeah.
arms and 2 more heads? How the hell did he do that?
Yeah, nice.
It's just an illusion, but it still somehow has physical presence.
He's like a human slap chop with a total of 9 swords.
That's one way to put it. In addition to his skills with a blade,
A
Zoro is able to use
slap chop,
Haki, a mysterious
yeah.
power that every living being possesses, but only a select few have learned how to use.
Haki, much
How to
like
use
Neapolitan ice
broccoli,
cream,
at
comes in
least.
3 flavors, and Zoro only has access to chocolate and vanilla.
Chocolate? What? I don't even... Well, one of those flavors is observation Haki.
That's vanilla.
Of course.
Flavors?
Which in some ways is similar to Spider-Man's
dude.
Spidey sense. Zoro can sense the location of other people, even if they're invisible or far away, and can also predict most opponents' attacks.
Then chocolate,
Interesting.
everyone's favorite Haki flavor, is armament Haki. This lets him form an invisible armor around himself as protection, or harden
Okay.
his sword
Oh, yeah.
to make his strikes cut through
Interesting.
almost anything.
With both
Probably
Haki,
even
Zoro has
steal,
been a
maybe?
real asset
I
to
don't
the
know.
Straw Hat Pirates. They've traveled
Either
the
way, I'm
world
already
and had
dead.
a lot of weird adventures.
Like that
A
time
giraffe
Zoro
on
fought a
a
literal
dog.
living mountain man
What
named
the
Pika and sliced him
Is
clean in half.
that?
A strike so powerful it didn't just cut through Pika, it sent his top half flying upward. Considering Pika's enormous size and approximate mass, this strike had to
gotta
have
be
been more
made of
powerful
pure
than the first ever
concrete.
deployed hydrogen bomb, the 11 megaton Castle Romeo.
Also, Zoro's pretty damn fast.
Mr.
One
One,
time he moved
who
so
the-
quickly
who
he
the-
seemed invisible to a room full of highly trained assassins. And when the odds are against him, he'll keep pushing himself, even past the point of bleeding out.
Thus, he's powered through some
Yeah, that's
incredibly
crazy.
intense pain, such as...
What the? I kind of forgot.
Holy shit!
What?
How the hell is he
is
still standing after that?
Honestly, that's
a
weird.
good question. After a battle with Kuma, a bear man because this is One Piece, Zoro took on not only his own pain from near death, but also Luffy's, despite being told that doing so would surely kill him. But it just didn't.
He doesn't even brag about
What,
it. Badass.
Yep.
Zoro is
whatever.
definitely the stoic badass type, but he can't do everything. He's a sword fighter above all, and prefers to fight up close and personal.
He also has the world's shittiest sense of direction.
Yeah.
He gets lost without someone there literally reading the map for him, and could never survive on his own without his friends.
You might think Zoro would be more of a lone wolf type of guy,
Not
but no. Much like how Kuina's death spurred him on to become a
Great.
great swordsman, it's his friends
His
who keep
direction
him fighting.
sucks.
I set sail for
At
only
least,
one
well,
reason,
at least
to
my
meet
set's
you.
direction is better.
And what is your goal? To beat you.
One day you will.
Erza Scarlet grew up in a small
Okay,
rural town
so-
called Rosemary Village. It was pretty picturesque as
Okay.
far as childhoods go.
Welcome to Fairy
Hold on,
Tale.
Wiz.
Yeah.
I'm getting a premonition. Despite everything seeming perfect, something terrible happens.
A murderous cult attack
Yep.
destroyed the city and enslaved the
I
children
mean,
to build a tower
what
to
do you
resurrect their
expect?
evil
This
overlord.
is anime.
There it is.
Yeah.
Young Erza
Yeah.
was tortured, and while she may have lost an eye in the process, she also gained a friend, Jalal Fernandez. He actually gave Erza her last name, Scarlet, after her red hair.
She and her buddies swore they'd escape, so Erza ended up staging a revolt and saved the other slaves thanks to discovering her latent magical powers.
Unfortunately, not
Interesting.
everyone made it out.
Let me guess.
Turns out Jalal got possessed by some spirit that made him a huge dick, and she had to go without him.
Fine,
Oh.
if you want to leave so badly, then I'm not going to stop you. But you'll have to go alone.
After that nightmare, Erza swore
So
to
that
dedicate
just
her life to
happened.
helping and protecting
Those
the
are
innocent,
so-
and so joined
Really
the
was
Fairy Tale
strawberry and
Magicians Guild.
souffle. Okay, yeah.
Luckily for them, she possessed
I
a
wish
great
she has
skill
lost
set
special
for a
eye
maid.
too.
Her main thing is
Well, I'm not
whip
surprised
magic,
considering
which
she
is
lost
basically
an
like
eye.
having an armory with you at all
But
times,
it
without
looks
having to lug it
real.
around.
Requip
Yes.
magic allows Erza to summon her vast array of weapons and armor at will, meaning she can use multiple combinations of swords, lances, and outfits
Okay,
all in one
I
fight
think
without
she's
ever
got
really slowing down.
Damn, that'd
too
be useful for all
much.
my
What the
weapons.
hell is quite
How many's she
hard?
packing?
Just
She's
wait.
rumored to have access to as many as 100 sets of armor and 200 weapons.
Nice.
That's
as
all
far as
your
armor goes,
rumor.
her go-to is the standard Heart Cruise set. But there's also
So
the
that's-
Heaven's Wheel armor,
so
where
that's-
she
so
can
that-
send swords
Yeah, the
flying
armor
at
usually
people,
is just a
the spiky
default
defensive
one.
adamantine armor, and the Blackwing and Flame Empress armors, which have wings for flying.
Don't forget her
Okay.
giant armor, which she uses with a lance, purgatory armor, which has a lot of spikes, and seduction armor? I'm not really sure what purpose it serves.
Probably to make
What
enemies terribly
the-
aroused. Ever tried to fight with an erection, Wiz? Believe me, it's not
Is
easy.
it safe for work?
Right. Well, Urza claims her
Luke
most
never sent me a
powerful armor
message.
is the
He kind of
Armadura
forgot
Fairy
about
armor,
what was involved.
which is very pink.
These are fancy and all, but sometimes she doesn't even bother suiting up. If her back's against the wall, Erza equips her Clear Heart clothing.
Oh.
This enhances her speed and attack over defense, and channels all her magical
Oh.
energy into her
That-
katanas for a decisive
Oh.
blow.
She can charge magic
Oh,
through
it's just-
her swords
it's
to
just
perform all
default-
sorts
it
of
just
magical attacks,
normal armor,
even
it's
mixing
just
matching
all
weapons
out.
and armors to better her chances in the
Yeah.
Okay,
She's also
okay.
just really good at sword fighting. Actually, she's really good with a lot of weapons,
You haven't paid too
including
much attention.
hand-to-hand.
I like
All of
anime.
this makes
I just
Urza
haven't
an
watched it
excellent
recently,
addition to the Fairy
okay?
Tale Guild.
Is there a
She
fucking
quickly became
problem
one
with
of its
that?
highest-ranking mages
No.
and was the
No.
youngest member
Okay.
to ever pass the S-class mage promotion test. An incredibly
And it
difficult
just
gauntlet
said
only
that.
the strongest and wisest of warriors can even attempt.
Speaking
I'd
of
like to know
achievements,
she's only
she's
19
pretty freaking
too,
strong.
in
Don't believe
US.
me? Well, Well, here she is, lancing a hole through a giant floating cube.
This cube
giant
was
ice
about 100
cube.
million
Yeah,
cubic
an
miles
ice
in volume.
cube.
To
Yeah.
punch through it, Erza's lance must have
Sort
held about
of.
16 kilojoules of force.
That's kind
Erza's
of
also
different.
fast enough to deflect bullets point blank from a flintlock pistol. Guns with a muzzle velocity of about 540 miles per hour. And that's without a
Reacting to
speed boost from her
gunshot
armor.
bullets
Right,
is...
many of her
That
armor
makes you
sets
like
grant her
fast.
stat boosts, increasing her speed,
Unlike Captain
magic,
America, who
defense,
says he
etc.
just
She
could.
survived plenty of destructive blasts, including one that blew up an island.
Yeah.
Considering that island's size,
I'm
that's an
just gonna say
explosion
Akuma blew
equivalent
up
to
that
2
island
kilotons of
again.
TNT.
So she's sexy, can survive island-busting attacks, and has a shit ton of weapons? She's basically perfect. Just wish she used a gun or two.
Yeah.
Well, she may have a vast armory, but swapping them
This
in and out
still weak.
requires magic, and she can run her supply down if she's not careful.
So it's just like a mana bar in those fantasy games
yeah.
you always play.
Exactly.
Yeah, there was always
Though
one.
even when she's out of magic, she's still quite deadly in hand-to-hand. Like when she fought her alternate self from another parallel universe.
That universe has a lot less clothing. Sign me up!
But when you're among the best in the guild, you get the job done no matter the limits.
I will withstand any physical pain
So.
to protect the ones that I love.
Honestly, I don't know. I have a
All right, the
I like One
contestants
Piece,
are
so I
set.
got- so
Let's
I'm
end
going
this
to pick
debate
Zoro
once
on
and
this
for
one.
all.
It's
I'm
time
with
for
you.
a death battle!
I'm not gonna pick anyone, okay?
That's fine.
You don't gotta pick.
Oh, sorry, lady. Could you point me in the way of the shipyard? I've been looking around for hours.
Oh.
Aha! You're the one I'm looking for. Come peacefully and you won't be harmed.
Right, bounty
Sorry,
hunter.
I'm busy. Maybe later.
Then we'll have to do this the hard way.
I told you I'm busy.
Well, we don't sleep on business.
Well, I
so
guess we're doing this now.
Yep, it's the hard way.
I guess it's the hot. I guess this is just all they gotta do. You know.
What?
You're coming with me.
Luke also left a message saying this was the
Trick.
second to last episode of season 3 too, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna figure out what the next one is.
He's on fire! Fire! Fire!
Well, that's it. Well, that was a good riot. Yeah.
What's wrong?
Oh,
You are strong, pirate.
no. Interesting.
But this is true strength.
She's a bounty hunter.
Yeah. Wow, this town is fucked.
Fool.
Yeah.
Nothing is worse than the loss of life.
I'm
Don't
not-
start crying, woman.
What?
So much for all that true strength bullshit, huh?
Oh, he's so
I can do this. I will claim this bounty for my guild, for my strength, for my friends.
Wow.
Alright, it's getting good. Here's an iron sword again.
You're not the only one who fights for their friends.
So, who's gonna catch the...
And we have a winner.
Oh!
Well, looks like you ain't getting that bounty.
That hurts.
Where the
Why are
hell's
we
that
gonna tell the
shipyard?
guild now?
Jesus! Talk about a killing blow!
In the past,
Yeah.
Erza could react to projectiles
Also,
flying
Zoro
at
still
500 miles
lost.
per hour.
He did nothing.
But Zoro could move
Well,
faster
he may have
than the eye
found it,
could
but I don't
see.
know.
U.S. Air Force tests have shown that a well-trained human eye can consistently spot and recognize an image in 1/220th of a second. So, in this case, Zoro would have had to move from point A to point B, which is about 57 feet, in 4.5 milliseconds. That's close to 9,000 miles per hour.
That's more than 5 times faster than a bullet. Erza didn't really rely on speed anyway, and there's no evidence any of her armor magic could have helped close that wide of a gap.
Speaking of her armor, Erza did have more
Yeah.
options in defense and weaponry.
Just, yeah, but
Unfortunately for her, she was simply outclassed in damage dealt.
Erza could withstand hits of about 2 kilotons, like the blast which destroyed the
So
island.
why the-
But Zoro has dished out
Yeah.
much stronger blows than that.
Slicing
cool.
Pika in half, for example,
Oh,
was
yeah,
equivalent
that's
to
right.
11.5
dang, a big
megatons.
cement
That's about
monster.
6,000
I don't
times
even know
bigger
what he's
than
made
anything
of.
Erza has survived. And while Erza's artificial eye may have seen
Yeah.
through Zoro's 9-sword style illusion, it couldn't prevent him from actually attacking her.
She also
Yeah.
had that habit of stripping down to clear hard clothing in a bind. Yeah, it gave her more sword power.
Sure, but-
less defense. This
But
sounded
defense
like a good idea on
tanks.
paper, but close range combat was Zoro's bread and butter.
Yeah.
Urza was mostly self-taught, and while proficient with a blade, Zoro has trained with swords
Yeah,
all his
yeah,
life.
Zoro's trained
Even with the
more
greatest swordsman in
training.
the world. An up-close
Yep.
duel was exactly what he was looking for.
Guess she won't be getting a fairy tale ending.
The winner
Sadly.
is Roronoa Zoro.
Well, that was interesting.
Yep.
So that's how the first time those two enter the first time. The franchise, I mean. Yep.
So rematch when?
I don't know. I don't think there's gonna be a rematch. Yeah, probably not. If there was, I'd be surprised. Yeah. Alright, well guys, that's gonna be it for this section. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah, no Luke again. He's just busy. Unfortunately.
Alright, let's go.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Wait a minute. I need to check to see what the next battle is. Are you fucking kidding me?